Hi guys, welcome to the second instalment of our new vlogging series. As hopefully you can tell by now, I've bought a brand new camera, so hopefully we won't have any more problems with dodgy picture, dodgy sound, nothing like that. That's all gone. So without further ado, I will give you the latest updates. Perhaps the biggest update that we've had is Grace being very, very poorly lately. Those of you that follow me regularly on Facebook will know that Grace is our sort of founding animal. She was the first reptile that we rescued back in 2013. In fact, it was even before Grace's Rest was officially founded. She came to me, I believe it was March of that year. She's been with us ever since, and the idea is that she will be here forever. And she's been very, very poorly of late. We took her to the vets last week, and she's got some sort of obstruction or blockage in her bowel. She has been x-rayed. We can't tell exactly what it is. It's just a nondescript mass. We don't think it's neg. We can't say that it's fecal matter or not. Sorry, hope you're not eating your tea. But we can't tell if it's poo, basically. We can't tell if she's swallowed anything or if she has. We have no idea what it is. The vet is very happy with our husbandry. Doesn't think that there's anything sort of managerially that we could have done differently. It's just one of those things that happens, and we're doing what we can. We're trying to get more fluids into her. We're trying to encourage her to eat, although her appetite's absolutely terrible. There's not a lot else we can do. She's so tiny and so delicate that forcing food and water into her isn't necessarily the best thing to do. Surgery really is a last resort, and at this stage it is not being recommended by the vet, purely because she is so tiny and so vulnerable. To open her up to such an extent to try and remove this mass and repair the damage and then stitch her back up again, it's a mammoth task. And that is considered the absolute last resort at the moment, and it might not even get that far, to be honest. We will have to see what the vet says next week when she goes back. We thought we were winning the battle. She started to pass something, whatever it was, we don't know. She passed a couple of tiny little bits, but this mass is still there. She's still passing water though, which is fine, and her kidney function appears absolutely fine. She's got no parasites either. She's been tested for that. So it really is a waiting game now, and we're fearing the worst. We're trying to be optimistic, but we are fearing the worst. We've seen similar ailments in other animals where actually it's not been your classic impaction type story. That's when an animal eats something it shouldn't, its body can't digest it, and it builds up in the bowel and causes a blockage. But in other cases that we've seen, yes, we have seen impaction before loads of times, but we've seen in other animals actually cancers in the bowels or near the bowels, which then constrict the passage of waste. They constrict the organ and the waste can't get through. We've got a horrible feeling that might be what Grace has, because the x-rays were so, unhelpful. We worry that that's what might be going on in there, but we don't know. So all we can do is keep doing what we're doing, keep treating her. Take her back to the vet next week and see if the mass has moved, if it's changed size at all, what can be done. Undoubtedly, Grace's vet's bills will be very expensive. Thankfully, because of your support, we do have some funds available, but if you would like to make a donation towards her care, if you go to our website, which is www.gracesrest.co.uk/donate, you can make a donation there by PayPal, credit card or debit card, and I'll also stick a link in the description below, so you can go straight there if you so choose. I hope the cats have been entertaining you. I've been hearing them charging around behind me. That's kind of why I sat at this angle, so you can, there we go, it's even better now. So you can see them charging around. They've been keeping our spirits up, they really have. I'm supposed to be a specialist in animal behaviour, and I'm not supposed to get all sort of anthropomorphic about things, but I swear these guys know when you need a bit of love. I'm sure they do. You know, they keep coming and sitting on my knee and looking at me and sort of saying it's going to be all right. Bless them. What else has happened? On a more positive note, our new display boards arrived, but as you can see, they're not in the background for you to look at anywhere today. It's been a bit of a saga. I finally got these things delivered and they wouldn't go together. There were a few choice swear words, I can't deny. It's 6 panels, 2 rows of 3, and then a little header board with this like 7th little tiny header board at the top. And it's meant to just sort of clip together, and the manufacturer sent me this little video of this lady going, oh, this is how you do it, and you just pick them up and they clip. And I kept saying, but it won't. I mean, clip. It's not clipping. It won't do it. And I was there practically hanging on it. I was like leaning all my weight on it, and I thought, I'm going to bend this stupid thing soon. You know, it's just not working. But the guys I bought it from, they were really, really good. They sent me a load of new clips, and I had to get the old ones out. And you probably can't see this now. This looks like nothing. This is my middle finger here. I don't even know if the camera's going to zoom in on it properly. It probably won't. It looks like nothing now, but I somehow managed to like rip my fingernail off getting this this clip thing out, and my nail's still attached, but it was like bleeding everywhere, and oh, it was horrible. Again, more swear words. Wasn't very nice, but after all of that, this board finally works. It finally works. And the last few days I've been printing off all of the stuff again, laminating everything. Oh, that was so boring yesterday, just laminating stuff over and over again. I'm going to get a load of new photos printed tomorrow, laminate them, and then get them up on the board, and then we should be able to premiere it at our next event, which is on Sunday. We are going to the Farm Animal Sanctuary in Evesham for their annual open day. I really, really hope that you guys can make it. It's an absolutely fantastic place. It's lovely. You can go and cuddle the horses and stroke the pigs and feed the goats, all that sort of stuff. It's absolutely lovely. It really is a lovely place. When we went last time, I was there falling in love with the sheep. I absolutely love sheep. I worked with them a lot when I was at college, and yeah, I've got a bit of a soft spot for them, so it was lovely seeing them. They got all different breeds as well, which was really nice. They got ponies and horses, and I'm sure they had goats. I'm sure they had goats, loads of pigs as well, and chickens, and you name it. It's fantastic. It's a lovely place. So we're hoping for really good weather. We had a fantastic turnout last year. These guys have got a really, really dedicated following, and I think they were the first farm animal sanctuary in the country as well. They're really, really well known for what they do. We were actually invited back this year by a trustee from A1 Petline, who supported us last year. So we're really, really flattered to be able to be a part of it this year. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for letting us be involved. So yeah, we're hoping for a really, really good day, really, really good weather. If the weather turns out to be really nice, and we think we're going to be able to get people in the summer spirit, even though technically we're in the first day of autumn now, that sucks. Where did the summer go? We might bring out a prize that I was thinking of holding on to until later in the year. But if the weather's good, it'll be a good day to see if we can give this to somebody. Last year, I won, personally, I won an ice cream machine. Now this thing's quite big, and I am never ever going to use it because it's like for a family of 6 or something. And it's this big proper ice cream maker, and I was really excited when I got it. And then I got the thing, they delivered it, and I was like, flipping it, this thing's massive. You know, what am I going to do with it? And then it hit me. I was like, I'll raffle it off and tombola it off. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a treasure hunt for it. It'll be something like, I haven't decided quite yet, about 30p a go. You pop your name on. It's on a pre-printed board, so it's all fair. It's got X amount of squares on it. You pay your 30p, put your name and your phone number on it, and then it's like carbon paper. Then we open it up once it's full, and whoever found the X on the treasure map gets this brand new, never been out of its box ice cream machine. So yeah, if it's going to be nice weather, then yeah, we are definitely going to bring out the ice cream maker and see if we can make somebody's day. Failing that, we might take it to West Midlands Vegan Festival, which we will also be at. That is at the end of October. That's the weekend of the 29th and the 30th of October. Please do join us then. I think that's about all I can say now for this week. We're still pushing on. Thank you for everybody who has given us things off our wish list this week. We've had 2 bottles of disinfectant. I know we've got another one on the way. That's fab. That's going to see us through for a very, very, very long time, because you only need a tiny little bit. It's really, really good stuff. So that'll keep us going for ages. We still need some jelly pots. As much as Gracie Pop's appetite isn't great at the moment, the cockroaches and fruit beetles do really, really love that stuff. So if anybody could buy us a jar of those from our Amazon wishlist, that would be absolutely wonderful. I think it's about a tenner with free postage. But they go down a treat, and we get through a lot of them. So if anybody would like to donate any of those, that'd be fantastic. Oh, and before I forget, if anybody out there is green-fingered, if you're growing any winter vegetables and you have a bit of a surplus maybe of plants rather than actual vegetables, if you feel like donating them, that would be absolutely wonderful. Obviously, we're moving into sort of like the winter veg season. We haven't got an awful lot growing in the garden in the minute. We're sort of in the process of winding it down after the big boom of the growing season. But yeah, I'd really like to have a go growing some turnips. If anybody's got any extra seedlings of those that they won't need, that would be absolutely fantastic. Or any winter squash that doesn't mind being in an exposed position. That'd be fantastic. Our Japanese squash, you may have seen if you follow our Facebook page, a photograph I posted earlier of our very first Japanese squash. I was really, really chuffed with it, if you couldn't tell from the photo. I was really, really pleased with it. It looks like a cross between a miniature pumpkin and a giant red onion. It's absolutely lovely. And cutting into it, it's so much easier to cut than a butternut squash. And you can peel it so much easier as well. I fed that to the animals this morning, so I'm hoping that they enjoyed it. Although Phoenix the beardie just sort of looked at me sideways like that, as much as I'm not eating my breakfast in front of you. So I haven't seen how much of it she's actually eaten yet. But she does like butternut squash and she likes carrots, so hopefully she'll decide that she likes that as well, because it looks absolutely amazing. And then the snails have been given some as well, because they love that sort of stuff. So there you go, changing of the seasons and moving forward. We're still hoping against hope that we're going to get our bigger premises soon, and then I'll finally be able to have these things called volunteers. That would be absolutely wonderful. This last week, especially with the bank holiday on Monday, we can't get a huge amount done. We've only had like a 4-day week. I'm booked up both days this weekend with clients. I've got a family thing as well this weekend. And I've got this booking, or this fundraising booking on Sunday, so we've had a 4-day week to cram all this stuff in, because obviously loads of businesses shut on a Monday, so you can't deal with them on a bank holiday Monday. So yeah, God, 4-day week, it's been absolutely mental, but it'll all be fine. It'll all be fine, and yeah, it would be great on weekends like this, when we could just say, like in weeks rather, after a bank holiday weekend, where we could just go, yeah, volunteers, there you go, there's all the animals, there's the garden, have at it, off you go. And I can then sit and do all really boring admin stuff that only really I can do at this point. But never mind, we will get there with perseverance and prior planning and preparation. We will get there. We certainly will. There's been a lot of really good news stories flying around this week as well, and I think I'm going to try and do a few extra little videos that will probably come out in quite short succession, quite quick succession, about some of those. There might be a few controversial topics in there. Don't shoot me down in flames quite like immediately, quite too quickly. This is all about opening up discussion and getting people thinking. This isn't, I do not want this to turn into a flame war. I really, really don't. But there's a few things in there that just made me think, over this week. What has happened with you? Have you found any stories that made you think, hang on, that we could discuss? Drop me a message. All the contact details are in the description below. Get in touch. And the very last plug that I will give today before I disappear in this very, very rambling video is, would you like to buy my t-shirt? Now look at this, if I can get at the right angle so you can see. This is one of our fantastic, ethically made, 100% recycled vegan t-shirts, designed exclusively for us by the ever talented Angela over at Wear Your Voice. Absolutely stunning design. The more you look at this, the more little flowers and creatures you can see in it. Absolutely fantastic. Now we have these in small, medium and large. They're unisex. This one's a small and I'm about a 10, 12-ish, more towards the 12 end of the scale. So I'm sure you can work out the sizes from there. I can get extra small, XL and double XL, but they are special orders. The standard sizes come at £15 with £2 P&P if you order on the website. The special order ones are actually a little bit more. Please forgive me, they're £18, and that is because we only order so many of them. We don't sell as many of those. So we order those as and when we need them, so we don't get a price break. And there will be a very slight wait for those, usually of about an extra week. Sorry, to get that, because they are being printed especially for you. Whereas the small, mediums, and larges, I've already had them printed and they're stored in the store cupboard. They're there, and I can just go and get one and put it in the post. So there is a slight delay for those, but it's well worth the wait. Trust me, it really, really is. They're absolutely fantastic. So there's a link in the description below to go and buy yourself a t-shirt. They're absolutely fantastic, and all the money from these gets reinvested into the rescue. It goes towards animal care, veterinary bills, food, all of our campaign stuff, you know, all of these things that go on behind the scenes that we really, really need your help to fund. But anyway, I better dash off. I'm sure you're all falling asleep by now. I shall look forward to speaking to you again, and hopefully next time I do one of these proper rambling vlogs, we will have the beautiful display boards up in the background, and it will look absolutely wonderful, and I better show it all off to you. But until then, take care. Love you all. Bye.